Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are doing great because, well, I am. So, well, today we are going to talk about a topic that I think all people that speak Spanish terrify us. Ah, okay, no, it's just joking. But at least in my experience, and as far as I have talked with a lot of people of my age and probably older, we all agree that talking about prepositions it's a headache. It's not that hard. The problem is that they are a lot, and well, you will see. I will be explaining that to you. But first, let me remind you that we provide private lessons and we teach children and adults starting 5 years old and up. Remember that it doesn't matter if you are beginner or advanced because we tailor all of our classes. So if you already have a lot of knowledge, it's okay, great, come and we will see in which level you are to locate you and to start from there. Or probably you already know perfect Spanish, you just want to have conversational classes. It's perfect, let's talk. Let's practice and improve your conversational skills. What about if you are taking Spanish classes at your school? Well, excellent, we can help you with anything you need that you are learning right now. Or probably you don't know anything about Spanish, so don't worry, let's start together. So, excellent. Let's start with our today's topic. So, yeah, as I was telling you, prepositions are everything. We use preposition to as nexus. Remember, prepositions are nexus, so they are super needed when we are making sentences, right? Because these are going to make our sentence have um, perfect um, understanding. Okay, so in this case we are not going to talk about just prepositions of place, no, because prepositions well, as I told you, there are a lot and they are not necessarily just for place. Okay, so I am going to show you why is kind of a headache when we are learning prepositions at school in here, at least in here in Mexico. I have talked with my mom, with my dad, with anyone that is older than me, and probably with uh, persons of my age. And well, we all agree that prepositions are kind of fun because that at school we remember to be like saying this like a machine because you needed to learn them, necessarily learn them all. So you can picture us like ante bajo cabe con contra de desde en, entre hacia hasta mediante para por según sin so sobre tras versus via, memorizing them all because you had an exam that day or something like that, and your teacher was going to ask you about prepositions. Okay, tell me which are the prepositions. And you were like, oh yes, ante, bajo, con, contra, de, desde, en, entre, hasta, hacia, para, por, según, sin, so, sobre, tras. Okay, come on. But it's a really a headache, not because of that, because according of you what you want to say, you need to choose the perfect preposition for that. Okay, so yes, of course, each one of them is going to be translated, of course, as something different, but it's all also going to be used for something in a specific. And in here, in, well, in the Spanish as in any language, they are super important. So first of all, we have preposition a. Preposition a can be translated as to, into, at. Okay, so an example of that, it can be something like vi a Joaquín. I saw Joaquín. Vi a Joaquín. In English, that will sound super weird because, for example, in English, that will be translated as I saw to Joaquín. That doesn't make sense, right? But in Spanish, it is because in Spanish, we want to know everything. Okay, so to who, you saw who in this case, it's the question. Okay, and you're going to say, I saw Joaquin, be a Joaquin. Okay, in that case, so that will be our example. I am going to be telling you some examples for each one of these. Let me, well, I cannot write them. Well, I would like to write them at the same time you see them, but well, let's do this. I can share these, probably this can be helpful. But well, in the meantime, ante, ante. Ante significa before, in front of. For example, estoy ante ti. I am before you, or I am in front of you. That's an excellent translation. I am in front of you. Okay? Estoy ante ti. That's kind of a preposition of place, right? Yeah. Or another example, let me think. It can be no pudo más ante el problema. He or she couldn't more before the problem. Okay, so there you have another example. I like this idea. So bajo. Bajo is going to mean beneath, under, or below. Okay, so it has three um, translations. An example of it can be la pluma estaba bajo la computadora. So the pen was under the computer. La pluma estaba bajo la computadora. That's a preposition of place, yeah, right? But another example, it can be lo decidió bajo presión. He decided under pressure, like the song Under Pressure. So lo decidió bajo presión. And in that case, it's not necessarily a preposition of place, but it's something about a situation of inferiority. Okay. Cabe. Interesting preposition, right? It's kind of interesting one. It's going to be translated as beside, alongside. Okay. Actually, this is kind of a really old preposition, so it's not that common to use it anymore. But well, you can find it sometimes. What about con? Con is one of the most popular ones. With is translated as with. So an example of this can be estuve con ella. I was with her. Estuve con ella. Okay. Ahora contra. Contra significa against. Against. So, por ejemplo, podemos decir, aventó la pluma contra la pared. He threw the pen against the wall. Aventó la pluma contra la pared. Okay, so that's a very good example. De, oh my god, it seems like we love to use de because we use it in each time we have, and we use it a lot. So you can find out sentences or even paragraphs that use a lot of them together. Okay, de significa of or from. Okay, so it can also be to talk about property, origin, procedence, material of something is made of. It means also content, matter. It can talk about time. It can talk about any kind of cost, or well, if we use it as preposition of place, it's going to be pointing the part of something. So, well, it is to talk about for talking about a lot of things. So, preposición de, it's going to be, for example, soy de México. In that case, I am talking about procedencia, procedence. Soy de México. I am from México. Quiero una taza de café. I want a cup of coffee. Quiero una taza de café. Okay. The next one is desde. Desde. Desde es una preposición que significa since o from. Ok. So, desde podemos usarla when we talk about the beginning of an action or the beginning of time. Okay. So, I can see desde, I can say, desde aquí te veo. Uh, from here, I can see you. Desde aquí te veo. Okay. Another example. No lo veo desde ayer. I don't see him since yesterday. No lo veo desde ayer. Okay. So that's an example of it. Let's go with the next one. We are going with durante. Durante, of course. Okay. So durante, this is the durante. It's talk about time mostly. Mhm. So durante puede significar during or for. Eh, no lo veo. No, sorry, that was the example of the other one. Durante, I was with him for 1 week. Estuve con él durante una semana. ¿Ok? Estuve con él durante una semana. Okay, so I hope this is enough prepositions for you today because as you can see, those are a lot. And well, of course, we are not going to be able to talk about all them in one session, right? So wait for the next part tomorrow, okay? So in that case, I make sure that you come back to see me at the same hour than today. Okay? Remember, I am teacher Anna, and if you want to schedule your lesson, well, you just have to call or text us at 832-13-413-3166, and you can see the number right below. So thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Adios.